Today I want to show you guys a small spinnerbait modification that's going to help you catch bigger fish in the springtime. So for those of you who don't know, spinnerbaits are one of my all-time favorite lures to fish, especially the Colorado blade spinnerbait in the springtime. Today I want to share with you guys a few small modifications that have really helped me catch more fish and better quality fish all around. So the first modification that I'm always doing with spinnerbaits is tipping a paddle tail swim bait on there. I really love throwing the paddle tail. I try to color match it the best that I can. This one right here is the BioSpawn Exo Swim, easily one of my favorite paddle tail swim baits. So I tip that as is on my Colorado blade spinnerbait, and this is going to give me more action. It's going to bulk up my presentation, and having that tail on there is going to give me more pull behind the bait, so it's going to slow it down a little bit, which is what I'm going for this time of year. When I'm fishing those days where it's cold out, the water temperatures are still down, we got a lot of wind, I'm trying to slow down my presentation, but I still want to let those fish know that I'm there. So after you add that trailer, that's where the blade modification comes in. Now this right here is a Colorado blade spinnerbait out of the package, and these work great. So if you guys just want to pick one up at the store, go ahead and do that. But the one modification that I've done with these blades that has really gotten me more bites and honestly gotten me bigger bites has been upping the size of that blade. So if you guys look at these next to each other, you'll notice that I added a size 6 blade compared to the size 4 that typically comes on like a Colorado blade spinnerbait. So you guys will see it's not a huge difference, but what it does do is it slows down the bait just a little bit more for me. I've thrown this in Texas, South Carolina, in Ohio. This has produced me the biggest bites in the springtime this year. And if you don't believe me, check it out. That's the biggest bass I caught in a while, folks. See, look at the spinnerbait's pinned. There you go. Guys, that's what spring is about. Those bellies, those beautiful fish. Oh, the skirt's coming off. Awesome. We don't have the big camera with us, but we got one, so let's go, baby. This spinnerbait setup is gonna work great anywhere that you typically fish a spinnerbait. Fish this around wood, fish it on those weed lines. I just specifically throw it early in the spring when that water's still cold, when those temperatures are still fluctuating. And although this does allow you to fish a lot slower, don't think you still can't cover water with this. This is still a bait that I'm picking up, covering water, looking for those fish. It's not a specific bait for a specific spot. Fish it just like a spinnerbait. It's just gonna allow you to slow down that presentation, bulk things up, and get a bigger bite. Now, this is going to change the way that you fish a little bit. Having a bigger blade and that paddle tail on there is gonna add more weight to your bait, and it's gonna give it more pull. So you're not gonna wanna fish this on your lightest setup. For those of you who might typically fish a spinnerbait on a medium, moderate action rod, you wanna move up to a medium heavy moderate rod because this is going to be more weight, more pull. If you typically like to fish 12 to 14 pound fluorocarbon with your spinnerbaits, I would recommend going up to 17 or 20 pound fluorocarbon. You're gonna want the backbone and you're gonna want the power in the line when you're fishing a bigger presentation bait like this right here. So there you guys have it, just a simple spinnerbait modification that I love to do that's caught me a lot of big fish. If you guys have any questions, just leave me a comment down below. I'll make sure I answer it for you. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.